Tim sat at his kitchen table, the letter in his trembling hands bearing the presidential seal of the White House. The message was clear. President Trump had come across a video where Tim praised the president's efforts for global tranquility. The compliments, however, paled in comparison to the weight of world events described in the letter. The brutal war raging between Ukraine and Russia. The facts were grim. On February 24th, 2022, Russian troops invaded Ukrainian territory. Since then, 20% of Ukraine had been occupied, with 6 to 7 million refugees fleeing a homeland that once held 41 million. The war's tally was unforgiving: 31,000 civilian casualties, and the combined military losses reached a staggering 500,000. Tim's heart sank as he read the statistics. They sat heavily with Zip, his small, inventive drone, who hovered by quietly. 2 days later, Tim and Zip found themselves in the oval-shaped grandeur of the White House, face to face with President Trump himself. There were handshakes and warm introductions. Trump examined Zip with a mixture of skepticism and amusement. "How exactly is your tiny drone going to help bring peace to the world?" the president asked, leaning forward in his chair. Tim smiled, trusting the team he'd brought into the world. "Mr. President, it isn't just about the drone. It's the strength of our collaboration. We solve problems together." Trump nodded, though his skepticism lingered, until Zip's antenna blinked. Tim sent a coded, direct message to Momo, Zip's terrestrial buddy. Within seconds, a reply arrived, cheery yet cryptic. "Say my salam to the president. Request he try McDonald's, KFC, or a well-done steak. Otherwise, we'll send him a taste from space. For Melania, chicken parmesan from Jean Georges is recommended." Tim couldn't help but roll his eyes at Momo's odd sense of humor. "Please, Momo, focus," he replied. "This is urgent. The president's schedule is packed, and we need to head to the UK afterwards. Plus, he won a Nobel Peace Prize next year." Momo's voice came through in a low, confident frequency. "Tim, Zip, stay put and watch. No more war between Ukraine and Russia. My exterritorial team has disabled every earthly weapon. From this moment, nothing will operate." The room fell silent as Zip's sensors pulsed. Suddenly, the phones on Trump's desk lit up all at once. One call was from President Putin, another from President Zelensky. Both voices were filled with relief and apology. "Sorry, gentlemen," Putin said, his tone unexpectedly sheepish. "It seems there was a misunderstanding. No more fighting. Let's have peace. Come to Moscow. Everyone's getting KFC with extra ketchup. Yummy, yummy." Tim glanced at Zip, who zoomed in a celebratory circle. The president stared first at them, then at the phone, then at Melania, who was laughing at the mention of Jean Georges.